Hello class, this is a video tutorial on hard bearings constructions. I have here four different um, constructions that you would have to work with and three separate questions that either finds missing angles within the triangle or actual bearings from the given diagram. I'll be separating this into four different videos, so here comes the first one. So, example 1. B is due east of A. C is on a bearing of south 54 degrees west from B and south 30 degrees east from A. And then we're going to be finding these three angles. For this one, let's actually just start sentence by sentence. B is due east of A. So it says of A, meaning that's where we are starting from. Due east means it is directly to the east. So we can draw a line that goes directly to the east and a dot at the end of that, and we'll label that dot as B. And then from here, you don't necessarily have to label this, but it's very clear that we can say that this must be 90 degrees because that is what it means to be due east of a direction. Now it says C is on a bearing of south 54 degrees west from B. So let's do this first. So point C. So from B, we can draw south and then 54 degrees to the, what does it say? To the west. So let's do this one in black just so you can see. Going 54 degrees this way. Now, it doesn't necessarily say how far, so let's just use the full length of what we're given. C is at the end of that one. So we can say that C is here. And south 54 degrees west, so south 54 degrees to the west, we can now label this small portion as 54 degrees. And lastly, just the way the sentence is structured, it says C is on a bearing of this from B, which we have done. And it also says C is on a bearing of this from A. Now, the sentence structure is a little bit more complex, but that is how it will be interpreted. So south 30 degrees east from A. So we draw again the south from A and the same point of C. That point there, we can say that this is 30 degrees to the east of south, so 30. Now, obviously, how this is drawn is definitely not to scale because it looks as if 30 degrees and 54 degrees is about the same. But what we are trying to more accurately represent is the general idea of this. So this small paragraph is shown here. Now from this, let's find these different angles. Find angle BAC. BAC. We're looking for this angle. Well, we can easily find that. Now remember, from south to east is 90 degrees. So this portion here, let's do this one in black. This angle, let's call it X for now. That is equal to 90 minus 30, because we have 30 degrees here, which will give us 60. So angle BAC is 60 degrees. Angle ABC, ABC. So we're looking for this angle here. And once again, we can see that there's a 90-degree angle here. Well, we can simply find this angle again. Let's call that angle Y. Angle Y is 90 minus 54. And that will give us, just using a calculator, 90 minus 54 is 36 degrees. And lastly, 36. And lastly, angle ACB, ACB, this angle here. Well, since we have 60 and 36, that's these two angles, this would be the angle sum of 180 degrees. So we can calculate this angle to be 180 minus 60 plus 36. So I'm adding these two and subtracting that from 180. So calculator, 180 minus 60 plus 36. That gets us 84 degrees. 84 degrees. Now, I'd like to also point out another way which we could calculate something like ACB. And I'll do this one in purple just to indicate how it's being constructed. So let's erase everything here. Now, another way we can do it is we utilize the idea of alternate angles in parallel lines. So for this, I'm going to construct this vertical north from C. And I hope you can see from this, there is an alternate angle here. So if this is 54, this is also 54. So labeling that small portion, that is 54. Likewise, there's a alternate angle here. Since this is 30, this is also 30. So we can label that 30 degrees as well. And as you can see, we can just add these two angles. That's 30 plus 54, which also gives us that 84 degrees. Okay, so hope that's giving you an insight into how we can construct slightly harder bearings questions. Hope to see you in the next video where we tackle the next three. Hope to see you then. Best of luck.